The Steven Universe finale was bad. Ooh, what a brave statement. The Steven Universe finale was bad. It took these characters that were built up over several seasons and very quickly just made them baby-fied versions of themselves, even though they're tyrants who have killed millions and everything. And even within the same episode of the finale, White Diamond, the one character, was making nullified brainless versions of the characters that we know and like and making them grayscaled. And they make her blush and she gets embarrassed, and then that's how she gets redeemed essentially. And that's a really bad way that they did that. Because what Steven is somebody that's a pacifist, somebody that doesn't want to kill anybody and wants everybody to work stuff out and wants to talk it out. And White Diamond is a character that's set up to not do that, and she's set up to be basically a complete opposite of that, to where it's an immovable object. Because she won't budge on her decisions and be a different character and can't be redeemed. But what do they do with her? They make her be redeemed, and just like every other Diamond. But you can excuse the other Diamonds because they were adding characters to them and they were making them more of a people. But with White Diamond especially, it's a lot more stupid. White Diamond is not somebody that should be redeemed at all. And I was thinking about it, this finale sucks. What's a way they could do it better? And then I thought, so the main character is a pacifist, and the finale is going against a character that's not a pacifist, that they need to figure out a solution of somebody that they can't redeem or do good to. What's another show that did that? Oh, only one of the best shows to ever exist, Avatar. The Last Airbender, baby! That show is really good, everybody likes it. One thing they did with it, in that show, Avatar, what did they do? Oh, only just have a pacifist character go against a bad guy that won't give up on his ideals, and they can't figure out a solution peacefully. So in both of these shows, there's three options. With a solution with a bad guy, you either kill them, you redeem them, or there's a third solution. Now with these shows, if you want to reign good, you will do one of the two options, which is something else, or kill them. Because you don't pacify them if they're a character that is their entire point is that you can't redeem them. You can't be a pacifist to them. And what do they do in Avatar? Oh, they do the something else, which is take away his bending. Take away his power and reduce him to just a man. Which is the only way that they could resolve that without somebody going against their own character. And then that's not only the thing, they don't just do that. They have an entire fight scene of them going through that and fighting each other and trying to come for Aang to come to a conclusion before he'll have to come to that, essentially. And then also is to showcase that, oh, he learned a lot, well, look how good he is before he goes in the Avatar state and just does it anyway. The question is, how would you do that on Steven Universe? Steven can't take away her bending. Bending doesn't exist in the show. Well, don't worry, viewer, I'll tell you exactly what. So, we have different things. So we have the kill option, which is the point break, which is what I think it's called. I'm gonna look it up. The breaking point in Steven Universe made by Bismuth, which is obviously was brought up to probably do something like that, but then was never brought up again after that episode, which is a thing for another time. What they needed to have was a scene like that, like how they had in Avatar, an entire episode going through past lives talking to them about how they should resolve it. They should be talking to the gems, and what did all the Avatar past lives say? They said they needed to kill them, and that's exactly what Bismuth's character is, and what the breaking point is that exact thing. Is that should have copied basically that homework back there, maybe. So there's a breaking point. There's poofing. You can't really poof a diamond though, they're too strong. But if only there was something that could take away something from them, you know? If only there was a thing like that, like how it was introduced in the movie. They introduced a new weapon called the Rejuvenator, which what does it do besides factory reset any gem, reducing them to their original purpose and original being, which isn't exactly taking away the bending, but it is something. They could use that on White Diamond to try to reset them, and you might be like, well, it doesn't work on a diamond. Hey, remember that Steven got hit by it in that exact same episode, and then he had effects on him, but he was half human, so it didn't really work that well. And they forget about the fact that there's that gem is like has a separate person inside of it and all that, and so they just made it to where he's basically sick throughout the movie and it has less powers. But that's one thing that they could have done with that. Because immediately after the finale, they made the movie and introduced something that they could use against White Diamond that they know exists. Because if Spinel can know it exists, then that means it's existed for millions of years, and none of them have been talking about it. if not even that, then they could have had Steven had a new power. Even though people like rag on Steven Universe, like, oh, we introduced a new power. Oh, there's a new power here, I guess. Avatar did that literally at the last second, and did that to resolve the main conflict. So they could have just done that, but I was providing a solution with the information that we have, which obviously they can just introduce a new element. Do you think that's a good idea? Because I think that's definitely like one of the big reasons that Steven Universe finale was bad, is because like these dictators and terrible people just get redeemed. Not redeemed, but they just like, everybody's cool and chill, and then they save everybody and that's it. Instead of like having any impactful thing at the end at all. Any impactful scene, any impactful like messaging, besides everybody gets redeemed. Which, that ending is what ruined Steven Universe's character in the public eye. Because before Steven's character, if you watch the show, he's like not just a guy that forgives everybody. He has boundaries for what he'll be okay with, and he gets more adult as he goes along and gets more pissed off. He isn't just a crybaby that he used to be. But the thing is that the finale takes that and like crushes that character. Now, to be fair, he didn't forgive them at all, which is also seen in future a bit, but like, he didn't forgive them whatsoever. So it's definitely not like a, oh, I forgive you thing. It's more like they're just cool with it. But it's still like, because everybody knows from the fandom, Steven Universe is a guy that forgave like 3 terrible dictators that have killed and dominated millions of universes and worlds. It kind of just makes it strange. Because like, it's a big problem with making a villain redeemable. Look at Star Wars, for example. Darth Vader, they were able to make him redeemable because they have Emperor Palpatine. But Emperor Palpatine can't be redeemable because he's Emperor Palpatine. He's at the top. And that's exactly what they did with Right Diamond, is try to do that. And like, if you try to make Palpatine redeemable, you need to change what his character has been forever. And you can't just do that out of nowhere, unless, you know, you're a new media coming out about it, because you can just write anything these days for Star Wars. But what do you guys think? Because I'm genuinely curious if any of you have any other ideas that like could be a solution to this problem, because I enjoy Steven Universe, I think it's okay, but I don't think that this was a good finale. In fact, I don't think I like the finale for any of the shows that they have done. Check out my older video of that if you want to see more of that opinion. Might need to do a revamp of that. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah. Alright. Bye. Very quickly just made them baby-fied versions of themselves from a realistic mindset and serious issues to a cartoon show for children. For me, it went from BoJack Horseman to SpongeBob. It went from Steven Universe Future to Steven Universe. All the visual storytelling and subtlety was completely gone and turned into fucking Dora.